Well, good afternoon. My name is Ashley Loya, and I'm sitting here with one of my older associates that I used to work with at a call center a few years back. Can you present your name, please?
My name is Robert Fernandez.
Thank you. And we're going to be talking about the Berlin Wall. First question I have for you, Robert. How old were you when you first heard about the Berlin Wall?
When I first heard about the Berlin Wall, I had to be about 12, 13 years old
Oh,
in
wow.
school. So back in the day, back in many years ago, they used to actually teach about history, and history just became a fascination of mine. So definitely wanted to go visit the Berlin Wall.
Oh, interesting. And what was your first initial reaction to learning why it was made?
Well, we had studied, like I said, we had studied history, so during the time we were going through the Cold War and whatnot. So
Right.
for us, the Berlin Wall, to learn about it and what it symbolized, communism, and to learn that it was protecting us from that,
Hmm.
being, in the West. For us, it was a symbol of, peace, and it symbolized, keeping the evil, communism out of our country, which
Hmm.
was Germany at the time.
Right. Wow. It's interesting, huh? Like being that young and learning about something like that.
Oh,
W-
absolutely. Yes. I was grateful enough to have been brought up in that time when, when they talked about things like this and we learned about it, so this way we don't forget about, our history, and, we wouldn't be doomed to repeat it again, hopefully.
Exactly. Next question. What led you to giving the visit to the Berlin Wall before its fall? Because
I was lucky to have been stationed over there with my dad. My father was in the army.
that's
During
right.
that
Yes.
during that time, they stationed him over there, and we were actually in Germany in 1983, 84, 85, 86, and going into 87, we had been stationed in Germany. I played sports, football, in
Right.
one of those, and at the time, we used to travel from one district to another district, kind of like we do here, but we traveled across Europe to play different teams that were American high schools. So I got the opportunity to actually go to Berlin and play at the Berlin High School that was an army base there. And during that time, we had
Wow.
the great privilege to actually, they took us out on a field trip to actually see the wall.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God.
Oh, absolutely, yes, ma'am.
And if I can ask you, what was Berlin like at the time?
Berlin, your typical European town, it was very still outgoing everywhere in Berlin. So it wasn't like the communist state where they had you locked down and, everything was
Right.
gray and dull.
Yeah.
It was vibrant back then. It was during the 80s. So,
Right.
pop culture, kids with their hair spiky,
Yes.
a lot of good music, I got to say, coming out of there.
Nice.
Still in the United States, but in
Hmm.
Europe.
Wow. I can actually have a mental image as you were speaking that actually. Awesome, awesome. So, the next question I would want to ask you is what were Berlin's citizens' attitudes toward the wall? If when you were living there at the time.
Absolutely, yes. Uh, had the same sense of, peacefulness that the wall was there. You talk to people and the older folks, and they remember being able to cross back and forth. And, some actually had family over there that lived in Berlin. My dad had friends that were German, and they used to tell us about, having family over there and not being able to get across, and, the escape attempts, whatnot, when people would try to escape, by
Right.
crossing the DMZ, the, well, the wall,
Right, right,
the area
right.
like that, trying to get across it. So, there was a lot of it was mixed emotions. A lot of people were glad it was there. Older generations, didn't like it because, family was split when they put the wall up, and it went straight down the center. So, a lot of even apartments they had to tear down and stuff because the wall was there, and
Right.
just it was mixed emotions from a lot of citizens.
Bittersweet, huh?
Yes.
All right. And what was your personal experience or opinion of the Berlin Wall?
My personal experience was, it really at the time, I was young, I was a kid, I was a child, so I
Right.
didn't really, I didn't really realize what it symbolized, but I knew what it meant.
Okay.
I don't have that. I wish now I could visit, but it's been torn down. There's still pieces of it that are up.
Right.
But definitely, the Berlin Wall was a symbol that was there to keep the evil, as I said before, the evil communism out of our country. It was a lot of we used to practice the drills, whatnot, when it comes to, safety being bombed and stuff by Russia. Uh, you know, since they built it, it was something that was there to protect us and keep their people in oppression.
Right. All right. Let's see. The next question I want to ask you is, what was the general public's opinion back home on the wall?
And, a lot of people were peace because the wall was constructed, it just meant that we weren't going to be attacked. I think it was a sense of security for us. It was like a security blanket.
Right.
Security that it kept them in, and it kept us safe at night. Especially with having our forces over there, it was something that was it was a sense of gratitude because that they had constructed it.
All right. Yeah. And let's see here. Um, which president was speaking the most about how to resolve tensions because of the wall?
Ronald Reagan, I still remember him standing at the wall. It's something that it's historically ingrained in anybody that was around at that time. Where Ronald Reagan was standing at the wall, Gorbachev tear down this wall, and it was something that Ronald Reagan strived for to try to bring peace, about our country.
Right.
Great president, and he really made our armed forces stronger than anybody had ever done before. So I got to go with my boy Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. My next question was, how did you hear about the fall of the Berlin Wall?
I believe it was 1989, and I was actually in school, in college. Myself. I was in college in Arizona, ASU, and it came on the news that I just remember a big broadcast about the wall being torn down, and it was like a big party over there, people dancing, celebrating, and that's what was blasted across, the television. And as being American, we got to follow suit. So
Right.
we all, and enjoyed the celebration, and and hope that it would bring nothing but peace to us. That was what we felt.
Okay. And here is my last question. What was everyone's reactions or thoughts or feelings about what would happen next?
The unification of Germany. We thought that that was the end of the evil communism.
Right.
But wasn't, and it's still going on, persisting till this day. And it's very unfortunate, but it hasn't gone away. But
Right.
we're still dealing with the situation with Russia.